For anyone just coming through out here, I wanted to take some time to go over the changes for Shujinko because there's been a fair amount of them. And for those of you that have been coming through for a while, there was a period of time where I was actually using a lot of Shujinko and I was doing Combat League sets and stuff like that, but there were definitely some matchups. I even made like a matchup tier list for Shujinko showing like when you want to use them, when you don't want to use them. There's been a bunch of changes that happened in the latest patch. Shujinko got a bunch of new moves against a bunch of characters, so I wanted to take some time to just go over all these changes, talk about them. I haven't actually like played it, but we can talk about how they changed the character. So we'll start with Ashrah, and let's just select that and go from there. Let's begin with Ashrah. So it says here Ashrah, they had some stuff like he recovers from his breaker 15 frames earlier, fixed Shujinko being briefly invisible if he performs a breaker and immediately performs cameo attack. Most copycat mimic additional abilities are now shown in the move list. I don't know why it's most. I don't know why they couldn't just show all of them. Shujinko has learned additional copycat and mimic abilities from many fighters. So Ashrah, Mimic Light Ascension, recovers 7 frames faster. I'm pretty sure that's it. So if we just put her to block, hold on, it's -5 on block. So I guess like, yeah, it's just safe now. Maybe before it wasn't. I don't remember off the top of my head, but 7 frames faster means it used to be maybe -12 and now it's -5. I think in general they wanted to make Shujinko actually have a safe option to use off of his like kick or whatever. Hold down during Copycat Heaven's Beacon to perform Hell's Pillar. Oh, is that it? Okay, so that's his new move. He didn't have access to this before, so that's -5, and then he has that, but that's -19. Very, very negative. If this is like a half bar move, by the way. Let's see, as you can see, so you can zone with this, right? That's -15. Wow, that goes full screen? Okay, not full screen. Basically, as far as Reptile's acid ball goes, that thing also goes. So you're gonna have to be about here for it to actually make them block. But that's pretty good. Like, it's a mid projectile that is plus on block, and then yeah, you have your other option, which is a low, and I guess you can mix that up in ways. I'm not sure how much that truly benefits him, but then you do also have access to this move, which launches, and I think they changed the hit region of it to make it. They didn't say anything in the notes, but I feel like before, if I did this, I feel like it was more difficult to connect, or maybe it's still the same. Yeah, for Reptile specifically, it's hard for him to connect this mid-screen into like an actual combo. Ashrah is probably still going to be a cameo. I personally wouldn't want to use Reptile against, but it's interesting. She got a new move. Let's look at the next character over here. Baraka. We got Copycat Bleeding Blade. Recovers 9 frames faster. Let me see what these are on block. That's 0 on block. I think this always was 0 on block, which is pretty good. If I do this, -7. When it says that it's recovers 9 frames faster, before, if you did this on block, it was punishable. Now it's -7. So they actually wanted to give you like a safe option. Mimic Stab will now briefly impale airborne opponents with broken blades, dealing bleed damage over time and causing them to take increased block damage. So if I put him to auto block, right? Let's say I do this, just a simple combo. So now I think he's taking increased block damage. Let me see. Yeah, I think he's taking more block damage for that. Like if I do, it's like 10.5 at the end. And if I do this now, yeah, that was, I think I saw it say 17.5, so that's pretty cool. Now you can end combos with that if you want and get increased block damage. That can be good. Like, Reptile probably doesn't have the best ways of like forcing block damage. Like you could do something along the lines of this into this maybe, and like that's gonna cause some extra how much did that do? Like hold on, I do just a simple combo like this. Look at this chip. Like that's a fair amount of chip if you look at that off of like something like that. So pretty good. Hold down mimic stab to perform Baraka barrage, and this is actually pretty significant because now you're getting an actual combo launcher, right? But it seems like he takes him kind of far away. Like the problem with this is just for Reptile specifically, when you have characters like that with these type of moves that has them so far away, it's very hard for Reptile to follow up and get an actual combo when they're like so far away. I don't know how consistent this would be. Something like that maybe. Not bad. It's just that off of something like this, I don't think you'd want to do that because it just kind of leaves them kind of far away, and it's just going to be a lot more prone to dropping your combo. And then if you do something like this, it's like 383, but I don't know if that'd be worth it. But the good thing is, like, yeah, this projectile, that's good. The fact that you can do this on block safely, that's good. You can always do this, which is 0 on block, and then yeah, now if you want, you could get a launch out of that. That's -21, very punishable otherwise, but pretty good changes against Baraka. I think that would make Shujinko overall better to use against Baraka. Before it was kind of like not that good. All right, next one. We have Geras. Shujinko advances slightly during Copycat Sandstorm. Hold down Copycat Sandstorm to perform Denial. What is that? Oh, so that's +3? Hold on. That's 0. I always like Shujinko in theory was always kind of should be a good pick against Geras, but it's just that some of his stuff was kind of specific. Like you had to use his punch in order to connect that, or you need to use his kick in order to connect that, and it was just easy to like mess stuff up. But in theory, it should be good. Now we have access to that move, which is actually +3 on block, and that's a half cameo move too. Yeah, +3, and I'm guessing this would launch. Does not launch. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about that. But this is what I was talking about, where that doesn't work. Gotta do the front punch into it to make it work. And you know, if you can get it to work, like you can get some really good damage from this. Look at it, 51. Look at this. Hold on. This is meterless damage. 536 meterless damage if you can, you know, get the hit. So it's like in theory Shujinko would be good. I think part of the problem with Shujinko is just that Geras is they like to run away a lot, and Shujinko doesn't really help in like stopping a Geras from running away, putting down Lao Hat, whatever. Shujinko doesn't really help a whole lot in that regard. Like you do have the sand trap, so there's that. But either way, like Shujinko in theory, it should be a good option. And now that you have that, you're actually plus. You can be plus on block situations. Do something like this. +3. There is going to be a fair amount of pushback. But technically, yeah, you got something like that. It's not bad. That's the change for Geras. General Shao. Okay, let's see General Shao. Copycat Power Strike recovers 3 frames faster. Copycat Power Strike. I'm pretty sure is that. So maybe they made this safe on block. -7. Yeah, it seems like that's kind of like a universal thing they were going for, is just making this down forward. This is a half bar cameo. I have full cameo, so you can't see, but this is half bar. So it seems like they made a lot of the half bar stuff safe. So this is now -7. Not bad. Like there might, before, like part of the issue was you could actually armor between this, and I feel like you probably still can. So if I set the AI to reversal devastator, I think that's it. Yeah, so if I set him to do this, yeah, like that was the main issue of like even going against using Shujinko against Shao, is just that like if you do stuff canceling into this, you die. So you kind of have to bait him by doing a punch so that he does that, and then you can punish him for it. But if you do anything like this into this, you die. If you do this into this, you die. That was like the problem with even using it. They gave him this extra move, hold up during Mimic Deathquake to perform a classic con. Let's see. So I think that's Deathquake. Oh. So you can do that now, and like this has no gap, but it's still punishable anyways. So it's like that's part of the problem with using Shujinko against Shao. I don't really know if it's that great. That's minus 15. So it's like maybe you could catch them if they're trying to armor between this. Maybe you could catch them on block. That's plus 7. But that was the main thing. Like with Shujinko against Shao, it's just that Shao armors through anything you do with Shujinko, and then he punishes you for it. So you have to bait him by doing a punch. Now it's like you got access to this other move, which is this, and that's a full bar cameo, by the way. So I don't really think, like, I don't really know if that's still gonna be that great to use. $41. 417. I don't really know how them giving him this move is really all that beneficial. I don't really see off of like just what I'm looking at in training mode right now, because it's punishable. Like, sure, I guess the main thing is that you can maybe mix that up, and if they're trying to armor the other option, maybe they get caught by that. Maybe that's it. So I don't know what else there is, but that's the change for Shao. This being safe on block if they respect it. So, all right. Havik. Shujinko advances slightly during Mimic Seeking Neoplasm. Hold down during Mimic Seeking Neoplasm to perform Neoplasm. Now, when he does that, he advances slightly. Maybe that makes it so that he'll take the hit or something like that, you know, so that he's like ahead of you. Maybe it has something to do with that, I'm guessing. Where if the opponent, let's say, does this, all right? Maybe. Okay, then I don't know. He's still getting hit. Maybe that. Does he take it going the way of that? There. So if he does that, right, he'll get in the way. I'm not sure if he would have gotten in the way before, but at least he does now for that, I guess. Maybe that's what it is. If you wanted to like tank the hit or whatever, and like if you do it at the same time, you can actually get a combo and whatever. And now we also have this move. Okay, so now you also have the ability to do that. And this is a full cameo bar move. If we do this, I wonder how useful that is. That's minus 12 on block. Against Havik, this actually is probably safe. And if you hit him, you can actually get a combo. So that makes that a little bit more useful, I would say. Like doing poke special, poke cancels into this. And that's 41% off of doing that into that. Because before that didn't really combo into anything. Now this actually at least combos into that, so that makes that more useful. And minus 12 against Havik is pretty much safe, since he doesn't have like fast ranged moves, like fast moves with range that could actually punish you. Your other option is still this same move, which is a pretty decent move. All right. It's actually plus on block. So it's like, it's decent. Shujinko, I think, is better against Havik now than he was with this new move. But yeah, that's about it. Next one, Johnny Cage. These changes for Johnny Cage, I think, is actually fairly important. Before Johnny Cage, like Shujinko against Johnny Cage didn't really help much at all. I'll explain why. So we have Shadow Kick recovers 5 frames faster on hit, 10 frames faster on miss, and is now -7 on block, up from -15. So before, this Shadow Kick, which is a half bar move, at any time you could throw it out and it was quick and it would catch people sometimes, but if they ever blocked it, you would always get punished. If they wanted to just shadow kick you back. So it was kind of risky to ever throw that out because Johnny could always just shadow kick you back. Now it's safe. -7, you can do something like this. -7, you're actually going to be safe now. Recovers 5 frames faster on hit. So that means if you do hit them, yeah, if you hit them like that, hit advantage 22. So this just gives you a little bit quicker before you can start doing stuff. 10 frames faster on miss. So if you do this, like, I guess if he were to be ducking, now it recovers 10 frames faster. So before you would just be stuck in this animation a little bit longer if you were to duck it. Now it's like not too bad. It has 22 frames for recovery. So he could duck it and still punish you for it, but there's that. Still pretty good though, honestly. That's a very good change. It makes Shujinko against Johnny way better, even in just that regard. Mimic now performs Rising Star instead of Ball Buster. So before, for his full cameo, he would do this Ball Buster thing, which you can't combo off of. It's just a restand, and he's actually not even that plus on hit. He's only +6 on hit, which is part of what made Shujinko against Johnny really crap. Because before, it's like you don't get a combo extension. All you get is this for the full cameo bar, and you get this kick that's always punishable if he blocks it. So it was kind of like, you don't really want to use Shujinko against Johnny. Now it's like, now you got this move that's actually safe on block, way better to use. And now this Ball Buster, it's actually it's a half cameo bar move as opposed to a full cameo bar move, which makes that way better, right? Half cameo bar, you can see in the top left corner there. So that makes that way better. If they block it, I think it's punishable. Yeah, -23. So I'm not too sure why you would really want to use this move, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not too sure why you'd really want to use that. Like, it's -23. Technically, like, sure, I could do a combo or something. Like, you could do something like that to get the restand, but you're generally going to be cutting your damage really short, and you're only +6. Like, if you were more plus, I would feel like it'd be more useful, but when you're only +6 and there's some distance between you, Johnny will probably be able to just back up or jump back or whatever without really any risk. Like, yeah, +6 doesn't give you a whole lot. If you were like +15 or something, then it's like, okay, now you got a real use for it. I don't really see the point in using that so much. But the good thing is now for the full cameo bar, instead of that, you get this, and that's pretty good. Now you can, you know, get full combos doing that. This is another one of those things that they're kind of far away for Reptile, which makes it kind of hard for him to get a full conversion, but you know, maybe other characters would be a little bit better or whatever. For Reptile specifically, I don't think that would be really all that great. Probably in the corner would be way more useful. Something like that. It's 45. So it's like, yeah, you'll be able to get some good damage with it anyways. They also yeah, so now hold down to perform Ball Buster. They just changed the input, made this half cameo instead of full cameo bar. Hold down during Mimic Rising Star to perform Throwing Shade. So they gave him another new move. Full cameo bar is this, Throwing Shade. Interesting. The full cameo bar move. I'm not even too sure what that is on block. Okay, let's see here. You can definitely do something, but maybe if they like respect enough, then yeah, it's hard to tell. Hold on. We'll do a jump test. They do happen to block this. If they do happen to block this and just sit there long enough, then Reptile will be plus, but they don't have to respect that. So, not too sure how useful that's really going to be, but it's an option anyways. Right, if you can get them to block that, I guess you're going to be pretty plus. But yeah, so those are the changes for Johnny. I think in general, definitely going to make Shujinko against Johnny more useful. All right, next up, Kenshi. All right, so it says here, Kenshi, Shujinko advances slightly during Copycat Ancestral Guard. Yeah, that's that. That's his half bar cameo move. So you can do something like this. -7, right? So they just made it like that. And now force push -11. There's a fair amount of pushback. It's -11, but I'm not sure how useful it really is to have this move, to be honest. Like, they gave him this new thing. And then it also says hold up during Mimic Summon Ancestor to perform Soaring Sento, which is this. So now he has a launcher option. Something along those lines. So, you know, you still get your Sento. I don't even remember the combos anymore, to be honest. There was like a crazy combo that you could do, but it's been a while. But yeah, so that's the change for Kenshi. So Kitana, it says Copycat Square Wave can be repeated by pressing up cameo as he hits up to 2 times. Okay, Copycat Square Wave, which is this. You can press up cameo. So you have to do it like it hits, and then you do it up. There we go! We got the combo. So the trick is to up cameo after it hits. It's a weird window to get that, but I don't know why they made it so difficult. But yeah, you gotta just up cameo after it hits. But yeah. Interesting. It also says here that Shujinko advances slightly during Mimic Fan NATO and now recovers 21 frames faster on hit. So before this, so this is -18. Before on hit, it was like, took a while before you could do anything. So now I'm guessing, yeah, now you can chain combos way easier. Yeah. There you go. So, you know, you can get some little stuff like that. It'll probably be more useful in the corner. Something along these lines. Something along these lines. But they made it easier to combo in the mid screen. And then it says hold down Copycat Square Wave to perform Fan Toss. Oh, maybe this is safe? -7. Okay, so is there a gap here though? Hold on. Okay. Okay, so not great. Kitana can just poke you out of that. Yeah, she can punish you for that. So not great. I would say overall, Shujinko against Kitana, still not the best thing out there. But he is going to be a little bit better against Kitana now than he was previously. Something like that. Almost 40% for that. So the next one, we got Kung Lao. So I know before, Shujinko against Kung Lao was one of the worst options to use Shujinko against. It was actually really garbage. So let's see how he is now. Copycat Buzzsaw recovers 16 frames faster. So this move is better now, because before it was super punishable on block, not really much of a reason to use it. I'm sure it's safe now. -6, right? So kind of still continuing with the general theme of letting you have safe things. Is this one duckable? No, that's duckable too though. So when it's duckable, not fantastic. Some stuff it's not duckable. Some stuff you have to hold it, but that one you don't have to hold it. So immediately that makes it not as good as other stuff. Let's see here. Hold up during mimic shall and spin to perform soaring monk, and then down to perform concussion. So they gave him 2 extra moves that he can use right now, because he had this move, which is kind of ass. Like that move's kind of ass. It's -11, so it's not safe. Yeah, I don't even know why you would even want to use it. But now they gave him soaring monk. Hold on. There we go. -25. And this thing, which is -15. So both punishable, but I think now at least they're going to give him options to actually get combos. This is probably around optimal for Reptile, something like that. And then he also has this move. Maybe something like this would be more consistent. But like that's not, it's not amazing if you do something like this. Like that would be better. But like mid-screen, I don't really know if it's really helping him a whole lot. Maybe other characters it would be better, but it's like it's gonna be better than it was. But I think Shujinko against Kung Lao is probably still not amazing, unless you have characters that, like, you know, need to have some way of launching without meter. Then yeah, he could be more useful for that, using those moves. But otherwise I don't really know if it's all that useful. Let's see here. Next one is Li Mei. Shujinko advances slightly during copycat Cheesy Lion. All right, let's see here. Yeah, that's gonna be that thing. So it says 10 frames faster on hit and 16 frames faster on block. So okay, so now you can maybe just use that a little bit more. Now you could probably do this safely. -7. Yeah. Okay. So like if you're doing this into this, you'll be pretty much safe, right? Yeah. Like as long as you're doing it from range, because that's the 7 frame startup reversal, meaning it'll punish anything that's -7 or worse, and this is -7. But if you're doing it from range, you can do this safely if you wanted to do something like that. So, you know, you have an option now, which is kind of good. And then we have hold up during Mimic Blast to perform Sky Lantern. So that would be, that's the Mimic Blast. Now you can do that. That's going to be a full bar cameo, but you know, that can always be good. You could do something with Reptile like this. But either way. Yeah, something like that. And then we have press up cameo just after Mimic Sky Lantern to perform Air Nova Blast. Oh, okay, okay. Most consistent way is just to mash up cameo while holding block to get that. I don't know how useful that's really going to be, but it's interesting that you have the option anyways. And then, you know, you still get your Nova Blast thing, so something along those lines. So Liu Kang, Copycat Low Dragon, recovers 10 frames faster, holding up during Copycat Low Dragon to perform Cosmic Flames. Hold up during Mimic Dragon's Tail to perform Dragon's Breath. So he's getting 2 new moves out here. Okay, let's see. So Low Dragon 10 frames faster. So I'm guessing this is now safe. On its own, it says -7. if I Shujinko cancel into it, -6. That's kind of weird, but all right. So it's safe. We got hold up during low dragon to perform cosmic flame. Oh, okay. So he gets that. Do something like this. Cover the sky. Make them hold that. Something along those lines. Not bad. Okay, so he can do that, and then he has Dragon's Tail, which this is a half cameo bar. This is his full cameo bar, Dragon's Tail, and then you can hold up to perform Dragon's Breath. What is this? Oh, that move. Okay. That's kind of nice because the other move, this thing, is not the easiest to combo off of. It's a very very brief juggle. So like now that we have this as an option, you can definitely juggle easier with that. So I guess that's kind of nice. Next, we got Mileena. Copycat straight side recovers 9 frames faster. Okay, let's get Mileena on here. Crosby in the chat is saying Shujinko still needs ambushes to be good. I think that is, yeah, still gonna be the thing holding him back is a lack of good ambush moves to use. Like, he does give you an extra 100 HP, so that's nice, you know. And now that they're giving him like safe options to do stuff, it is going to be helpful, but you know. So now we have straight side -7. We'll see if you can duck this. You can duck this though, so not great. If they do block it, then yeah, they gotta hold that, but it's not necessarily a safe option because you can just duck that easily. It should also be full screen. Alright, so it's still full screen, and you can hold down to perform low side. This is a half cameo thing. So, you know, we got a full screen low that we can use. Not bad. It's quite negative though. Like, even full screen is -13. Up close, that's -24. But I guess there could be a mix up there in case they want to do that, right? And they want to like duck it and punish, or do you whatever. You could do that, and then they'll get a hit. So then maybe they'll force them to hold that. But then if they block this, what's that on block? -24. Super punishable. Super punishable. And then there's also this. Dude, this move is so incredibly negative. It's crazy. It's -33 on block. Used to be -55, which is insanely bad. It's still quite bad. Like, -33 is pretty awful, but you know, if you're full screen, it's still -28. You're probably still gonna get ball rolled punished. So I don't know if you're really gonna want to be using this like that or whatever. Like, if you hit them as a combo, yeah, you can get yourself a full combo out here. But I would say in general, I probably still wouldn't want to use Shujinko against Mileena. Nitara was one of the worst. Nitara and Reiko were the worst ones to use Shujinko against because the moves that he stole were so terrible. Now it seems like it's a lot better. So we're gonna take a look at this. Copycat blood, bat blood recovers 15 frames faster. So that's gonna be this spit. Right, I'm sure they made this safe. Generally for everything, you just want to test, like, is it safe? -7. So this is a very consistent thing. But you also want to test, can you cancel Shujinko into it and force them to block it? Because if you can, that makes it good, right? If I'm doing something like this, that's pretty quick. So I'm gonna assume that it's real. I'm gonna assume this is real. Yeah. So you can't duck this, right? You can't duck that. So if you're doing a poke into it, they have to block it, right? So that's generally good. So that's already like a good change against Nitara. That makes it that much more usable. I would say. And then as well, let's see here. Mimic Leap of Faith can now hit standing opponents and recovers 1 frame faster. So before this thing, it would just whiff. Like if they're standing, it would just whiff. It was really, really bad. Oh, this is actually -6. Hold on, that might be really good. They might have buffed this to the moon. Hold up, yeah. It's not the easiest for Reptile to get a conversion off of this because the force ball is so damn slow. Like something like that, it's actually going to be a safe option, which is kind of decent. -6. So you could do something into this safely, and then if they're pressing a button, then you could get a combo. So not bad. And then you have hold up during Mimic Leap of Faith to perform blood sacrifice, and now I can do this against Nitara. Oh, I wonder what implications that's gonna have. Maybe like that could potentially be more useful. So like, you know, now we're gonna take her health and stuff. In general, Nitara is definitely gonna be better though. The fact that they now gave her like a safe launcher off of that -6, that's actually pretty solid. Pretty solid. And then you have a safe option as well with the spit, and you can do blood sacrifice, which is kind of decent. Kind of decent, unless you do some stuff there. Raiden, Mimic Lightning Port now does 60 damage, up from 20. Hold down during Copycat Electric Orb to perform Electric Fly. Okay, so they made this do more damage. Why, I don't know. It was kind of already good as it was. This was also safe, which is really good. -3. He has a -3 launcher against Raiden, which is quite good. There you go. Not bad. Hold down during Copycat Electric Orb to perform Electric Fly. So he also has these Electric Orbs he can do and charge. Funny thing is, against Raiden, you don't really want to even use that because Raiden can teleport and punish you for using that. You really just want to use it like single shots, or maybe you could charge it a little bit. But if you're out here charging it all the way, you're basically going to just die to any good Raiden player that wants to just teleport punish you. But yeah, he has that. And then now you can Electric Fly. And how is this looking on block? That was -12. -6. All right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. -6 mid. So now you can do stuff like that safely. Poke into that safely. I already thought that Shujinko against Raiden was a good option, mainly because you have this safe on block launching option with this teleport. But now they decided to like buff that and actually make him have more damage off of this, and give him an option that doesn't cost your full cameo bar, so that you can do this safely, which is pretty good. And then on hit you're getting like 136 damage. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. So Shujinko still a good option against Raiden. Then we got Rain. Okay, Mimic Up Flow recovers 5 frames faster on hit. So let's get Rain over here. This. Okay. Recovers 5 frames faster on hit. So I think what this means is that we should be able to get more consistent combos, because before it was kind of difficult. Still seems kind of difficult. Before it might have been like almost impossible. Now it's like, I guess you could get it, but like mid-screen for Reptile is still pretty rough to get like anything substantial. Like it looks like it would still be better just to go for your standard meterless B&B, which you're getting 374. For this, it's like, yeah, you could do this, but like you couldn't combo with the force ball. So yeah, it's best used in the corner. I know the damage is kind of insane in the corner, what you can get with it. actually pretty insane. Look, 49%. For some reason, this move just, it does so much damage and barely like scales. So you're just getting insane damage. 49% in the corner for it, and so that's good. It's also, to my knowledge, safe, but let's see here. Right, -4, but it's a high, and I'm pretty sure you can duck it. Yeah, you can duck this. Like, you can just poke them out. You can duck it and punish it. Right. Water beam can now be charged by holding the cameo button. So that's this. Okay. Might have some implications. I don't know, like, how you're gonna hit someone with this. Oh, you can cancel it. Oh. Yeah, it says you can be canceled by blocking for a bar of super mirror and hold down during upload to perform water gate activate. Okay, so you could probably do something like this. But yeah, this is like, if you go for this and you drop it, you're so dead. But it's possible. And this one bar, half a cameo for 465, which is definitely good. Okay, well, this one. Okay. Okay. So I guess if they want to poke, right? If they want to poke here, then they get hit by that. So. But like, it's kind of risky. It's kind of risky, but that's an option. If they're trying to poke when you're doing that, you could just do this. Do that, but then it's -13 and full combo punishable. So, kind of risky to do that, but I guess you got an option. How's this on block? Okay, or not on block, but from ranged. Kind of decent range and stuff that you can just kind of throw out there. It's pretty quick. Like, that could be good even just in the neutral. Let's say he blocks. You can just kind of throw that out. -13, you'll be safe, right? So you could throw that out safely, and then if you hit them, you get a full combo. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Like, that's quick. You kind of have to be you can be just outside of like half screen from them, right? This is where it doesn't work. Go a little bit closer, and then it does. Not bad. It's not bad. So I would say in general, like, Rain is Shujinko against Rain can definitely be solid. I think having access to a move like that you can launch and be safe is pretty nice. Pretty nice. I'm gonna have to remember that for when I use some Shujinko. So the next one, Reiko. Reiko got some big changes. Before, Shujinko against Reiko was awful. You did not ever want to use Shujinko against Reiko because the moves you got were basically useless. But apparently now it's way better. So they have tackle takedown, recovers 13 frames faster on miss, and is -14 on block, up from -26. So this move, -14. So definitely still not something you're gonna want to use on block. But okay, it says it recovers 13 frames faster on miss as well. So if you want to just throw it out there, I guess. You get throwing stars now, and this is a half cameo move, which is pretty good. There we go. So -8. Now you have a -8 option. I don't know if Reiko can do anything about this. So you can duck that. You can press a button. You don't have to respect that. The big thing is actually this this move, Pale Rider. So retaliation was what he used to have, which was terrible. which was this thing. Now you have to hold up to do that. Now instead he has this command grab, and I'm pretty sure you can get a combo off of it. Yeah, okay. %31 for that. You can just do this, and that works. If they press a button, they get scooped off of a poke. Press the button, get scooped. If you keep holding block, you get scooped. You have to duck. If they stand, they get scooped. They stand block, they get scooped. Oh, down 3? No, scooped. Scooped. Okay. That's crazy. That's actually so good. That's actually so good. It happens so fast too. That's gonna catch people, honestly. That's pretty good. I definitely want to try some Shujinko against Reiko now. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, you got some decent options now with Reiko. Getting this command grab launcher, I think, is pretty freaking big deal. Before, Reiko was like, you never want to use Shujinko against Reiko because it was so bad. But now that you get a command grab, like, yeah, no, that's pretty freaking good. Next one is going to be actually Reptile. Shujinko was already a good option against Reptile. Now they made it even better. So they made the spit -7. It was -10. So another safe option out here, right? Let's do this. So it's not guaranteed. If they block it, it's -7. But they could still poke you off of that, so not amazing. But let me see if they did something like this. Right, if they block that, you're safe. They could just duck it though, right? Hold up during copycat to perform acid spitball during acid spit. Oh, that's actually pretty good. So now you get access to Reptile's new projectile. And that's only a half cameo bar move. Oh. So there you go. You get that. But now you also have hold down during the force ball to perform dash attack. Now the force ball was already really good because force ball, it's -4. He gets a safe launcher against Reptile. But now you can hold down to perform dash attack. Which is, okay, that's unsafe. Why would you want to use that? I don't know. Maybe you get some better damage or something? you get a launcher from that. %45 for that. So yeah, it's just a little bit better. Please give the dash launcher to base Reptile. That'd be nice, right? I think he steals Shujinko steals the Reptile's lizard form as well, which is pretty sick. That's pretty sick. Now we got Scorpion. Hold up during copycat rope spin to perform flame port. Copycat rope spin. I think that's rope spin. So now you can hold up. Oh, now how useful is that? Let's see. This was already pretty good. -9 with pushback is pretty much safe. That was also safe, which was good. Right, -9. +2? Is that a high? That's a high. +2 high attack. You have 9 frames of hit advantage. I don't know if it's just something to like throw out there or what. Not really too sure like what's going to be so great about that, but it's +2 if they block it. It's a high. But like Shujinko is already really good against Scorpion. Shujinko, like against Scorpion, this was always a great option because you could do something like this safely and it launches for a full combo on hit. Well, down during Mimic Spear to perform Devouring Flame. Okay, so you get this unblockable as well. That's pretty good. Shang Tsung. When performing Mimic Form Stealer, Shujinko will wait until all ongoing effects are finished before morphing back from the opponent's cameo. So that's what I think that means, is you can steal like their cameo. This isn't actually a good option demonstration. So if I change him to like, let's say Mitaro, right? If I change him to Mitaro, so now I can steal that and I can use Mitaro. Before, it would just reverse back after like, I don't know, a certain amount of time, like 12 seconds or something, which wasn't very good because maybe you don't want to do that anymore. But now, well, you're still gonna go back. How much time do we got? Hold on. I don't know what's gonna make this so great, because it looks like it's still going back. Yeah, so you have like 12 seconds and then it goes back. It says here, we'll wait until all ongoing effects are finished before morphing back from opponent's cameo. So I'm not sure exactly what that means because he's still transforming back anyways. Fix Shujinko morphing at the incorrect time. Yeah, that's whatever. Hold up during Mimic Form Stealer to perform far to close ground skull, and then you can do close to far ground skull. So they just gave him these extra moves and this move. These are full cameo bars, and then he still has like the flame skulls. If you hold it, he'll do more of these. I don't know what that like wait until all ongoing effects are finished. I thought that means he would stay as the cameo, but it seems like he's still transforming it back, so that's kind of shit. And like this triple ground skull thing, like it could be decent. They purposely like want it to be off screen, oddly. It's so weird. That it scales really hard, but okay. So you can do that, I guess. And then you can also do this. What? Okay. It's like you can do this to get a cool combo, but I don't really know why you'd want to do that outside of just doing the full screen one and then hoping that you hit them and that you can get a combo. You're losing damage for doing that, but all right. Sindel, hold up during copycat hairball to perform Queen's command. Okay, so Sindel, we got that. Now you can hold up to do that. So you can stop your opponent's cameo now with Shujinko. That's cool, I guess. I don't know how useful that's gonna be, but that's cool. -7. So we got a safe option now. And then other than that, we got this move which launches, but it's super negative. So use it at your own risk. -25. But if you do hit them, something like that. Okay, so smoke, copycat shadow blades now +11 on hit, up from 0, which is this. You have a little bit more hit advantage. I don't really think that's all that great. You can hold down during shadow blade to perform smoke bomb. All right, that's cool. And maybe that's safe. +2. +2 even, okay. And the overhead. It's kind of slow though. Yeah, I don't know how useful that's going to be to like throw in block strings. Maybe it'll be decent to just kind of throw out there sometimes. Like you can just kind of throw that out there and hope you catch him. Do like 9%. But like, yeah. If he's quick to react, like he can just kind of kill you for that. %, meterless. If you can manage to hit this combo. Alright, we got Sub-Zero. Hold up during Copycat Ice Slide to perform Ice Clone Charge. Hold down during Mimic Ice Ball to perform Deadly Vapors. Okay, so now you can Ice Clone Charge. Okay. -7, not bad, not bad. We had Ice Ball. This is half a bar. But now we have that. That seems to be safe. It's pretty good. That's -7. And they gotta respect that. But you could armor through this. They can armor through this, but if otherwise it's safe. So it's decent. Tanya. Copycat Heavenly Hand recovers 9 frames faster. So now that's safe on block. -6. So can she duck it? Let's see. Yeah, she can. So not amazing. And hold up to perform Ungadi Dodge during Drill Kick. Oh. What is that on block? -14. -14. So not amazing, but maybe like it's safer than that. Like maybe it could be safe-ish from range. Maybe that's 14 frames. So like maybe from range you could do this like from max range type of thing, and maybe then you could get a launch. Alright, well that's Reptile against Tanya. Made it a little bit better in those situations. Maybe you could do it somewhat safely if you're getting it from like max range against her, and then you could maybe get a combo from that. Omni-Man. Mega Clap recovers 2 frames faster, and hold up during Honorable Death to perform up and away was hold forward. So they just changed the input of that. So this clap is now safe. -8. Pretty much safe, right? And now they just changed the input for that. That's now up, was hold forward before. That's down. And then he has that, which is punishable. Yeah, okay, and they just made that up now. So his only options is to armor through that. But other than that, like, it's pretty much the same stuff for Omni-Man. They just made his clap a little bit safer. Quan Chi, hold down during Copycat Head Rush to perform Falling Death. Okay. Now Quan was always the one before this patch where it's like you wanted to use Reptile. You wanted to use Shujinko against Quan before the patch because it was just good because you get this bone cage. Now they actually made this bone cage come out on block similar to how Quan Chi has it coming out on block. When Quan Chi does this, before you could do that and you'd get the purple skulls, but they took that away. You don't get that anymore, but you get this. They changed that in like the last patch when Quan Chi got buffed, so that didn't even change in this patch. It was already like that with this bone skull, the cage, but now it says if you hold down, no, now you get that move. Okay, that's decent. It's quite punishable though. Minus 21 is kind of bad. It's kind of bad, especially like against Quan. You can get punished from like literally full screen for that. That's really weird. It's like an inconsistent punish. But I don't know why you'd really want to use that, because in theory, like, you should be getting punished for that if you're using that. And like he could get full combos depending on the cameo that he's using, so kind of a weird choice to like give that as an option. I don't know why you'd ever really want to use it, but that was a change that they gave for this. Peacemaker. Copycat force multiplier recovers 6 frames faster. So that's just this. I'm sure that they just made it safe on block now. There you go. Minus 8. You can do that pretty much safely. And that's it. Those are all the changes for Shujinko in this latest patch. There's definitely a lot of stuff that we went over, that we broke down out here. But yeah, if you guys are watching on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if this was helpful at all, because yeah, there's a lot of changes to go through out here. I'll probably try to do some Shujinko like Combat League stuff and whatever in the near future to get some gameplay and footage and just to see how some of this stuff like plays out in matches. But yeah, that's gonna be it.